All right, we live, y'all. We live. Hey, hey, hey.
Yay.
Hey!
All right. I just wish I could see everybody that's tuning in. I can't see your faces, but we will be checking the comments. Um, so listen, it is release day. The Matters of Friendship has finally dropped. I'm so excited. I'm getting texts. People have received their books, their autograph copies. So I'm very excited about that. Listen, we are jumping on just to celebrate. You have myself, of course, and then you have Dana, who is one of my team members, okay?
Hey,
And
hey,
you
hey.
have as well. And then you got hubby Haas and Des may be showing up as well on here. And I'm not sure if Aubrey's going to jump in, but just a few of us jumped on to, celebrate the release. It has been a journey to get this book out. And it was different. It was different writing the second book. This was intentional. The first one I was just writing for myself. So this was a whole different experience. So I'm just excited that we finally made it this far and to see that you all are getting your hands on the books. So let me check Facebook Live and make sure that we're live over here. This is my first time just um, streaming live directly from StreamYard onto Facebook. So let's see if it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. Just give me a second. Yeah, I see it. Oh, there we go. There we go. I'm gonna like it. I'm gonna like it because I see it now. It's a little delayed. That's another thing. So if you're a second or so delayed, whether you're on YouTube or Facebook, it's okay. We'll catch up. Um, so let's jump into it. First, I want to talk about the cover. I want to talk about the cover. This beautiful thing.
Ooh,
Yes, it
Yes,
is upside
indeed.
down.
upside
Okay,
down.
there we go.
Upside down.
There
Yes.
we go. There we go. Look how it's showing his. So let me just say this. I feel bad because my team has not received their books just yet, their official books, but they coming. They are coming. And I need to get this off the corner. Uh-oh, is somebody here? There's Des. Let me add Des to the stage. There you go.
Yay. Hey, Dad.
Hey,
Let me see here. I'm gonna get rid of this banner because this thing is over Dana's face and we
I
cannot
know,
have
blocking me and everything.
right. No, you got a lot to say.
Huh?
Already know.
All the time. All the time.
Right. Where is it?
Mm.
Button talking about having issues. Yes, I'm having issues. Where is the daggone banner? Okay, here we go. Here we go. We just gonna go ahead and just put it streaming.
There
Oh,
she
that's it
goes.
over your face too.
Somebody just don't want me to be great
They don't want
tonight.
you to
That's
be great.
okay.
Okay, so let's set us up different.
You look cute though. You look cute, girl. Mm.
And now
You
who
know
is it
what?
over? Okay, it's in the corner. Look at that.
It's
Look
the
at that.
corner.
StreamYard. Okay, all right. So let's talk about the cover, y'all. And Des has joined us. That's another team member there. What did y'all think when you first saw the cover?
So,
Go
Danny, you
ahead.
want to go first? Okay, I was going to say, first of all, it's going to grab your attention, if nothing else, because of the legs. Let's just state the obvious. The legs that catches your attention. Okay, so if even if you're not a leg fan, the shoes,
The
it's going to
shoes.
catch your attention. So
Mhm.
that was the thing that to me that really makes you double back. If it's sitting on a row with other books, you're going to double back when you see that cover.
Okay,
Mhm.
okay. I agree. It was something about those legs that really that is what I requested, and I didn't know how it was going to show up. But JD and J, they did that. They did that. Anybody else comment on it? What about that sexy
I
cover?
like the tint. It has like a pink hue,
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
so I like that. It made that to me made a big difference.
yeah.
The first time I saw it, it didn't have that, and now that I see it, it makes me look at it again.
Well, and then when I got them, it's not just a pink hue. It's kind of purple-ish, which
Mm.
is
Uh-huh.
rosy. So I ain't complaining. This is what it is. Anybody else want to comment on it?
I mean, for me, it was just I immediately decided who was wearing what
Okay,
shoe.
let's get
So
there.
that was me. Like
Who's
as soon
who?
as I saw,
Who's this? Who's the shoe boot?
Unique.
Y'all all think
Unique, nah, I think Unique is the one with the
white
white.
shoe?
Yeah, I think Unique is the white shoe. Saisha is the stiletto.
Mhm,
Absolutely.
mhm.
Candace is gimme ankle boot.
I agree with Dana.
I can see that though. You know, now that you say it that way, I can see it because Candace, she came out for this one. She came out
Mhm,
and made a name for herself that
She
wasn't there in
did.
the last
She
one.
showed
So
out in
she
this.
mhm.
showed out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, I agree. I agree. Any thoughts, Haas? Any opinion? You looking like I'm the only man on the. I have no comment now.
Well, one of
Uh-oh.
your first customers, no, said, in her words, Miss Barbara said, "Oh, this book looks like money." Dude. And I said, "Yeah, the shoes are cool, but them little old legs, like it's a bunch of the little leg show."
All right.
Man,
I'm jokes now. People I delivered the books to, they loved it. Even the guy was like, "Yo, I'm gonna get that for my wife." So
It grabs your attention. I think
Mhm.
it makes you curious. Those of us that love to read, sometimes, you'll grab a book just by the cover if it's intriguing enough, or at least you'll grab it to turn it around to see what the story is about. You know what I mean? Some covers can kind of make you like, nah, I'm not interested. But you get the right cover, you'll pick that book up, and hopefully what you find in the back of it is of interest to you. What
right.
about the title? So it's so interesting, first book being Friendship Matters, and I do have that here. Friendship Matters. That's
Mine is
the
in the back,
debut
right back there.
novel. That's the baby that sparked it all. But when we would talk about Friendship Matters, we talked about their friendship as in the story and how they showed up as the fact that friendship does matter, and about the fact that the matters of their friendship was demonstrated in the story. So, how did you feel about the second book being called "The Matters of Friendship"? Anybody?
Well, I had to think about it for a minute. And the way that you describe it, it makes sense because it's a play on words, but not really,
Hmm.
because it's different things. So friendship matters. You're talking about, all things. You're saying that friendships do matter
You're
is the
right.
way I kind of feel like the first one, the way it's worded. But when it
Right.
says the matters of friendship, that to me seems deeper. Like,
Mhm,
Right.
let's get into why friendship
Mhm.
matters. It matters because of the matters of friendship. And that's kind of what the second book does, is it digs deeper
Right.
into
mhm,
their friendships.
Right.
mhm.
Absolutely. I
Yeah,
mean,
I
that
agree
was.
with that.
Oh, go ahead, Des.
Oh, I'm gonna, I guess, piggyback, kind of what Trina just said. So, as she said, the first book was Friendship Matters, and we got the basics of the friendship. This one, the Matters of Friendship, it's like you did a deep dive into the friendships,
Mhm.
um, as to why, how some of them actually started originally, um, the growth of Candace,
Mhm.
Saisha. Now she's in, you know, what do I want to say, uncharted waters now, because she's now in the marriage phase of her relationship. And then we have Unique, who is what, about I don't even know how many months, what, 7, 8 months, maybe.
Uh,
That
uh,
today you can't go and
don't get
tell
too
people the
much.
story.
Don't get too
Sorry,
much.
sorry. So and then Unique's relationship gets you know dissected as well, and you kind of see why she is the way she is, and so on and so forth. Trying to stay
Right.
safe.
You're like,
I'm trying to
how
stay
do I
safe.
Good
feel
save,
about
Des.
some
Good
of
save.
it? Good job. All
Rona
right.
was like,
I
stop it.
know I got to touch her on the screen. Don't say it. Don't say it. They got to read it. Gotta read it. Yeah, but it's different, right? It
But yeah,
feels
it's different.
different.
Yeah,
It's
this is
definitely
the
different.
matters of friendship. This is this is stuff that makes or break friendships, and it's going into it, and it's really it's not giving us surface friendships. These are not surface friendships. These are true blue sister girl. You're my relative. Forget the blood type of friendships.
Right. I agree. I agree. Yeah. And I think what's so funny, while I was drafting the book, I didn't know where it was going. So I don't write with a plan. So I just start writing and it becomes what it becomes. And it was just amazing to see how the story shifted. I just never expected it. Some of the things that happened in the story, I've been cussed out by some of y'all, and you know what I mean? Yeah, great feedback. We had to go back and adjust some things. So it was an experience that I think for the third book, each time it'll get easier and more easier for me. I know what to expect. I know what to do. But I just love the way this story flowed. I listened to it on my Word document, and I literally can just walk around and it's like, you know what I mean? Just the story just plays out so well for me. And I love listening to it. So I've probably listened to it 4 times. So,
So I have a question for you, Ro.
Sure,
Yes,
sure.
So on something you just said, when you said as it unfolded, can you describe in a little bit more details how the story unfolded for you? I mean, did you start out with kind of like a little bit of a blueprint or a plan or a thought process about the ending, and then mapped it out as far as how it's going to get to that point, or was it completely blind?
I never know the ending. I never write with an ending.
Okay.
The only things that I had in my mind is when I was hearing from readers, they kept saying, "Oh my God, I want to hear more about Kandace." And I want to hear the fact that they fell in love with Kandace or they related so much with her was shocking to me. So when I started writing, I had to decide first who I was going to start with, because Friendship Matters starts out with Saisha, and then second, once I decided it was going to be Kandace, what was she going to do, right? What was she going to do?
So you didn't have any predisposed ideas early on, like how you wanted this to end for Kandace or how you wanted her to react? It just came from your pen naturally.
Yeah, so I when I start writing, for some reason, and you'll notice this in the book, I always start in the morning of a chapter. I woke up and that gets me started, so to speak. And so I'll start writing, and then just as I'm writing, the story just flows out. So I'm unable to outline in advance. I outline after I have written, because I don't know what it's going to be. I had no idea of this ending, none, until I got to a certain point, and then it became comical to me.
Interesting.
So at any point when you were writing the second book, did you write something for a character and say, "Oh no, that's not what I want to happen at all," and go back and pull the plug?
Yes.
You did?
For Euniqé.
Okay.
Yeah, I struggled. She was the easiest for me last time. Saisha was the I had the most fun with, and Kandace was the most difficult. This time I had a blast with Kandace. Saisha worked
Look at us.
Saisha worked my nerves, and Euniqé was difficult. So it's just, do y'all hear an echo? I hear an echo.
Yeah.
Not an echo. It's just like something.
No, it's because
feedback or something.
Let me close my door. I'm gonna drop for a second, but y'all talk for a second.
Okay.
I want to know why Haas threw up his hands. Haas, do tell.
I can't stand Saisha at all.
You can't stand her this book or at
first
all.
of all, you need to talk a little louder. Say it with your chest.
The only endearing about her is that she can cook. I don't like nothing about her.
Really?
I don't like her face. I don't like nothing about her.
He said her face.
I'm so mad at him.
How she look, Haas? How she look?
Right.
She look like she's simple. So the back, my earring backs drop out, and she got to use erasers.
The
She made
shade
you that
is
mad. She
real.
made you that mad.
But Kandace is my favorite character.
Mm-hmm.
Has that been since the onset for you, Haas? Has it been since the beginning?
Yeah, I never liked it from the beginning. Rona knows.
Okay.
Candace was always mine. Rona knows that too.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
I
was
will
surprised at the amount of people. And I mean, that's what made, like I said, when I've talked about the first book, I needed to find a way to make Unique, Kandace, I needed to give her strength. Her
Mhm.
story could not be her suffering in that manner
Yeah.
all the way through.
I think that a lot of people were drawn to Candace because a lot of women have been through what she's been through. Maybe not the extra baby, but even the infidelity itself.
Mhm.
A lot. We know this. We read every day. Women
Yeah.
talk about lovers that cheated, husbands that cheated, things of that nature. So I think when women read that, they're like, okay, so they know they're not the only one, but it's good to read about it and see that somebody else is going through it too. And let's see what they did in the situation, or maybe it'll help them change something for something that may happen for them in the future. Who knows? But I think a lot of women kind of find that space that Candace was in. They find a lot of commonality with that because they've had the same experience.
Mhm. I'd
I
agree.
agree. Yeah.
Mhm.
That
Dana,
makes
you were
sense.
about to say something.
No, I was just off of Haas and
Man,
his strong feelings for Saisha. Anybody that has been a part of the journey from Friendship Matters and saw any of our conversations, went to any of the talks, anything knows Saisha was like my favorite. Oh, just the personality wise, not her actions, just her personality is what I loved about her.
Agreed.
But
Agreed.
this matters of friendship. The times that I sent Rona text messages, like, why we doing this? Let
She
me
had
tell
me from
y'all,
day
I
one.
don't have the physical book. What I have is my draft copy. And when I tell
Where the
you
print was
all
way too
through,
small. Y'all struggled through that.
yes, when I tell you all through this draft copy are notes,
Me
comments like,
too.
oh, I know you didn't. All types,
Yeah.
primarily Saisha.
Mhm.
Just
On your nerves.
plucked my last nerve.
Not the last one.
Last.
but wait. I tell you, one of my favorite characters from the first book was Ty.
Uh-huh.
Again, my boy showed out again.
Aw. Yeah, you like you.
You say he did what he needed to do for you.
Third book, Ty needs a little bit more shine. Him and Tyree, they young men got it together. They got it together.
That would be interesting for some of the male characters to really come forward, because that could lead into
The kids, yeah,
the
I'm
brothers,
for it
and
because
the
Oh,
brothers.
like
Y'all
I'm
don't feel
still
that the kids
irritated with
showed up in
Earl.
this one? You don't
Earl-
feel that they showed up in this one?
cool.
Yeah.
The
So
kids. The men too.
the men, Earl went through some real stuff.
Yeah.
Earl went through some real stuff. That part was gritty. It needed to be the way he did it. It was genuine, and any man who's been through such a thing will truly understand. Any woman with a man who's been through such a thing will get it. And for a minute, I was worried, but you brought it home. You brought it home. I'm
No,
like,
I was with Earl. Yes, the way that you write is so relatable. Like you are immersed in the story. It's to the point that even if you haven't been through it yourself, you know someone that has been through it.
Right.
But with Earl, it's like I'm sitting up there like, oh, it's something else. She got something else
She
that she
tapped into
about to jump
something.
out with him because something the way I'm reading this, I'm feeling
Yeah.
a little extra with him, and it's
Mhm.
making
Yeah.
me not,
Not feeling
my
as much,
eye
right?
is I'm like
Yeah,
I'm a little he a little suspect to me at
yeah.
this
I
present
got.
moment.
Uh-oh, Haas.
Help is
What I do like is that this,
Haas, can
All
I
of
get
that.
down? Look.
in this second book that the male characters from the previous book were more fleshed out. Like she gave them more personality. Like I feel now, like you said, I feel like okay, Earl's a little weird.
Not weird.
She said weird.
It's something.
And I can't say because I'm not. I don't want to give away anything that's going on in the book. But I was just like, oh, that's a bit much. I'm just
Right.
like I
Hey,
don't know if I like this so
What?
much.
Get it, spit it out. Spit it out, sir.
What is he saying?
what I'm about to say is response was natural for most men that have been in that situation. Very, very normal reaction.
I
Not,
think so too.
and I'm telling you, it's I read it, I was like, oh, come on, hang in there. Hang in there. Hold
That
on.
depends on what part of see again, everybody that's listening, watching, whatever, you need to go ahead and get this book
Yeah.
because
Right.
we can't talk to you the way that we will want to talk because we can't give the story away. So
Right,
to
right.
your point, Haas, it truly depends on which part
Right.
of Earl's story you're talking about
Because
because
I know what
part
part
of it
Dana and I are
in the
talking.
way in which he responded, yes, absolutely. I can get that that's how a normal man would respond. But there are some things in which how he responded to things, and I'm like, dude, bring it down, son.
Thank you.
Why he responded that way.
Why is that?
Uh-oh.
An initial situation that makes you hyper vigilant and hyper.
What is that?
Whose is that? It's hyper vigilant and hyper
That's
insecure.
mine.
Oh.
Sorry.
Every little dude who speak, I can't say what I want to say, but I see why he responded that way because when you get put in that first situation, everything is a threat because you already be one way. So that was a natural response. And any man who's been through that situation and didn't respond like that is either lying or they ain't been through it. It's that simple. Because man I know that's been through that situation, yeah, that's the norm. And I you know
I will say that
Ooh.
I mean, we all have ways that we feel like people should have responded, but we don't know what it's like to be in that scenario. You know what I mean? We know how we wish or would have wanted them to respond, but as we know, just relationships in general are complex. You know what I mean? They're multifaceted. They you know, they have a lot of different parts and pieces to them, and you have to consider a lot of people's feelings when you interact with people certain ways. You know what I mean? Especially when there's other people involved that could be hurt by the things that you say and do. So,
I gotta work on
I'm
that.
doing my best not to give it.
That was good. You danced around that joint.
Yeah, she did. She did good. But I feel like, and we got, so listen, let's pause just for a second. We have Shay Baby in the house. Hey, girl. Hey, Shay. We have Midnight in the house. Welcome, Midnight. So glad you joined us. Yeah, and we have Sharita. Now, Sharita was one of the editors on the book. She is the last one. She brought it home for me, and I promise you, I mean, you can't be sensitive messing around with Sharita. So welcome, and honey, you did a phenomenal job. Thank you so much. Hey, Sharita. So I'm sorry, we just had to shout them out a bit. Thank you so much. Did that. Thank you. So I guess when you think of Earl, like, you know, how fun would the book have been if I just let Earl and Euniqé just stay the same? Like I feel like we had to mix it up a little bit.
Yeah,
right?
no, I agree with that.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. But you didn't expect none of what Earl.
You just took him to.
He did that himself. He did that. I ain't doing, he did that.
You see this? Hey, it's nothing boring about happiness.
Well, that's true.
we want mess. Him and Euniqé, wonderful couple. They found love. She found love. Come on, y'all. That's not
That's not reality. No.
Stop that. That's our problem. Happiness should be a reality.
I mean, right. That's what it should be. But I'm saying everything's not in a nice, neat little package with a cute little bow on.
Not. And neither is this book. It ain't in a nice little neat package.
Again, the matters.
Friendship.
Yes.
Hans, it's something going on with you. We
Yeah,
can
we're
like
not
you
hearing
keep going. I don't know what it is.
No.
Hold up.
There you go.
Now?
Yep.
Yes.
There we go.
Right.
There.
You can be in a happy relationship and not be perfect without the mess. Those relationships do happen. That's the goal. But for us to say, "Oh no, that would have been fun," that's not good. That's a microcosm of our society.
No, I'm just saying that life happens, right? And so, I just don't know people can present that way, but I just don't know when you really peel back the layers. Everybody got some bumps in along the way, and that's all I'm saying is that it would not have been to me as relatable had there not been something.
Right.
Now, was it maybe this something is not what you expected, and that's a good thing. So, that's the difference. So now tell me this, when you think about the story scenes, just scenes, which scene stands out the most in your mind? And out telling the story, kind of try to figure out how to say it without telling it.
What the dad did. At the curb.
Yeah.
What he did at the
Listen.
Listen, I felt hot immediately. I'm not talking about my menopause either. I was hot.
You can say, this is
my God.
They make me so sick. They make me so sick.
When I say I got hot as fish grease. Just I literally tossed the book down and walked away and had to come back to it.
I wish Rona could read the text messages that I sent.
She's like, your wife. I can't.
That's it.
Oh
my gosh, bro. That was, I felt that one.
Yeah.
I think we all felt that one.
Like, it was to the point, Trita, that I wrote, and I don't know if I did it in the group chat or if I did it with just Rona and Haas. I wrote the next story. I wrote his demise.
Like he needs to die in the next story.
When I tell you, I wrote it out beautifully.
Yeah.
And Rona's like, "Oh, I'm not doing that to any of my characters." I'm like,
he gotta go. He gotta go.
Something has to.
He gotta go.
Jail time, something.
So neatly. I'm gonna have to share it with you. I gave it to her so neatly.
Can at least somebody slit his tires? Can we just start there?
Something gotta happen.
Something.
I always read the book in the man cave, right? So I came upstairs like, bro, man, becoming in Martin's apartment. Boom. This right here, I ain't reading no more. I'm done. I was like, I'm gonna go see this dude. Now I know he's not real, but it took me to that place.
Yeah.
To the door.
I think the best way that I can sum it up is that, there's things that happen in our lives that are gonna leave a stain, or they're gonna leave a mark, or they're gonna, you know what I mean? That's one. That left a mark on that person.
Yeah,
it's gonna be with that person for a minute, and I hate that for them.
I talked about his mama, his daddy, his grandma.
I need to mute him.
Look,
he keeping it real.
I wanted them done. Like done. Like if this was a movie, I could see everybody in the movie theater like, oh no, you man.
That's right.
I promise you, whoever the character would be hated for the rest of the same
their
way
whole career.
Hey, Mr. from The Color Purple, Danny Glover. That would be that person. I promise you.
Well, and I'm just not, I can't bring myself to do it.
That's a great way to open up the third book.
Yeah. Right. Shay said Sharita would have killed me. She had a fit. She would have had a fit about that. But Sharita wasn't happy with that part either. She was pissed herself. I remember her comments. Um,
Yeah.
we can't hear you, guys.
You hear me now?
Yep.
Remember the movie For Color Girls?
Mm-hmm.
And when they dropped them babies, I'll never watch that movie again.
Listen here.
That hurt.
It was kind of one of those type of moments. It was that
a one
intense.
and done. You can't look at that again. Nope.
No. And I still want to punch Michael Ealy in his face.
Yeah, I
Still
don't like
today.
it because of it. I mean, that's how bad. So I don't think anybody will. I thought about, can I make him likable? But I believe me.
No. You need to get beat up.
That's real. Just people in your story, just in our life stories that we just be like, no.
Yeah, there's just some people that don't come back.
Like when you do a blood transfusion, you say, I want this to go to anybody in the world except that person. Don't get them mine.
Right. So tell me, what was the funniest in your mind? Or wait a minute, let me go back. Anybody else got a part in the book that stands out the most to them? We're going to call that one the driveway, because y'all talking about the driveway. We're going to call that one the driveway. What's the other one? Any other ones?
That
made me angry.
Kind of sat with you, either made you laugh really hard or whatever the case may be, anger.
The whole the elevator.
Oh, I forgot about the elevator.
I was like, yeah, I can see that. Yeah. I'm like, oh, don't do it. Oh, he did it.
Right.
Come on, brother, hold on. But
yeah.
But that again, it's a natural response. Was it over the top? Of course it was.
Right.
But I was like, nah, come on, homie, you strong. He just I had to laugh. I was like, yeah, I see why. And then especially when she was like, please say no, please don't say. She closed that elevator quick.
She played that thing.
That was good, bro.
Also, for me, it was the opening. That I'm like, I'm sitting there like again, go to my draft book, writing like you ain't walking up in here like that. This what we doing?
Let's talk about the first chapter, because the first chapter.
Yes. So that part for him, and then Chip, like,
evidence all up in the courtroom.
And the thing was, like, I was sitting there in the courtroom.
I was there. I was on the other side.
Like, I felt it. I'm like, oh my.
I was the bailiff right there.
He was the bailiff eyes.
He was the bailiff.
Yeah. That was good. I can feel the tension. I can feel the tension from that first chapter.
Yeah. What about when his lawyer blamed her for infidelity? The nerve.
But you know what? That's what defense attorneys, or that's what good attorneys.
That's what they're supposed to do.
They're supposed to. If they don't piss you off on the opposite side, then they're not doing their job. And I say that as somebody that's in the courtroom, the family courts with my job all the time. And if they don't piss you off, they're not doing their job.
Right.
I get it. I agree.
Apparently,
people we'll take a second, have had a difficult time getting access to the link. So, maybe another day we'll jump on again, but we're going to keep this going because I'm enjoying it. I'm just so excited. Today is release day. What about you, Daz? What sticks out?
Let me say what irritated me.
Okay, go ahead.
Without saying anything too much, Saisha wrestling with this decision.
Oh yeah,
I wanted to choke her. I wanted to choke her so many times. I'm like, girl, just do it.
Yeah.
No, from the first book, that's my spirit animal. Saisha.
How she do it, huh?
How she do it, Haas? Do it again.
What she do, huh?
You go, girl. No, simple. Sorry, sub. You're simple. You're simple. And you're sorry. You're sorry.
I can hear her banging on the table downstairs. Okay. All right. He
Yeah,
done
it went on, and it was like every time I turned the page, I was hoping she would go ahead and do it. And
Yeah.
she did. Then I turned another page. Okay, she about to do it. You know, new day. Okay, it's a new day. She about to do it. Okay, it's a
Like
new
that
chapter.
was
Here she
one
goes.
thing that irritated me with her story, and Rona tried to rationalize it to me, and I'm like, I hear what you're saying, but nah.
But you know what?
It went on too long.
But you know what? Here's the irony, I think, in that we're now friends, right? Of the characters. So we're feeling a taste of what her friends
are feeling.
Must have felt. Going through that with her.
Listen,
they were
I wrote a whole different ending for that, for how that's going to come out when it comes out. I'm just like, this is what's going to happen. I can't tell you that.
Yeah, because you just said that, Des. Something else that plucked my nerve. The ending.
Oh,
yeah.
You gotta get to it.
I like the ending. I'm sorry. That first one made me want to hang myself. This one?
No. Like, I'm sitting here like, so I'm going to have to wait.
That's right.
And you not writing yet.
Season 3.
She hasn't even attempted to start book
No,
3.
you don't know that. You don't know that.
Ma'am.
Look at that.
You don't know that.
That's her way of saying she has, but she don't want to say out loud.
I have thoughts and concepts.
There we go. See, that's a start. It's not enough, but it is a start.
Concept.
Don't say
some orange hair.
I have concepts, but I'm just saying, I am determined to write.
Okay.
This summer, I'm gonna finish that book this summer. This is what I have placed on myself, because now I've figured out when are the best times for me to write, when I'm most creative, and when it develops into what it needs to develop into. So once that weather starts getting warm, we on it.
Oh wait, let me translate that for y'all. Let me translate.
Here it goes.
The summer is her thing, and what does she like to do in the summer, y'all? What she like to do?
Travel.
Go. There you go. So in order to be more creative, it's gonna cost me money.
I was going to say, I just saw $ signs. She gonna be at every
I'll be right there on that
every
deck.
hot island there is to be at.
No,
you have to travel? You gonna be on the back deck?
That's where I wrote. I did no writing out of the country or out of Maryland.
So there's no traveling?
No, I'm traveling, but I'm just saying.
He's trying to get it on the record.
Yeah, I don't write. Yeah. Let's get it back. Let's get it back. Okay, funny.
Yeah.
Now this one is more women's fiction, more heavier women's, on the women's fiction side than romantic comedy as much. It's still got the romance. It's got some sexy love scenes up in there and stuff like that, and some funny moments. So what without telling, what would you say?
Well,
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh.
That was a nail biter. It was funny though.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving because of Euniqé.
Yes. Yeah.
She couldn't help herself.
She could not control herself throughout the whole. She started in the courtroom.
She did.
Yeah.
Chapter 1.
Euniqé reminded me of Oprah Winfrey's character Sophia, when she was Sophia home now. How she was at Thanksgiving. She's like, I don't know what's going on.
Yes. That's a good one.
That's a good one.
That Rona was made, and y'all know Rona go, ooh, no.
That's me. That is me. That is me.
That's why when I read it, I started laughing. I was like, good call, Des again. There's Rona though, all day.
Wait a minute. What did she say? I would put up here. What'd she say?
Her behind deserves whatever misery she gets, because she just couldn't.
You know what she's talking about? She's talking about
exactly. Thank you, Sharita. Thank you so very much. And that was my girl, the first book, but I feel you on that right now.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think that will be the universal when I get those phone calls of those people that want to cuss me out. That will be the primary thing. That would be the primary thing. Yeah. Now, I'm going to tell you the funniest part for me was the napkin.
Oh, that was corny. I get you saying, just a sucker, man. That's I can't.
Oh, the napkin.
I was so tickled by that.
I gotta mute myself.
What a shining moment for the man.
I said that was corny.
So, I mean, I seen dudes do stuff like that, and it's corny. It's like, dude, you's a sucker.
But
Like,
that's what made it funny, though.
I thought it was funny. I was so tickled by it because he tried it. He tried
He tried it.
to see stupidity isn't funny to me, and that's a stupid move.
Mhm. It wasn't smart. It wasn't smart, but he tried it.
He shot his shot. He said, "I'm gonna shoot my shot."
Look,
It was like
something
half court back.
something else for me, I'm sorry, is the name you gave a character.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
Man, I said this heifer, boy. I said, why she got to be that? But if the
fit.
shoe fit,
Remember that
that
much.
was funny.
That
Because
was
as soon
funny.
as I read it, I was like, not da 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 da.
Right.
Yep.
Oh, Sarita's
So I like how smart the kids were. And you also saw the growth in the two young boys.
Yeah.
And Todd and
Yeah.
Tyree.
thank you.
Somebody.
You saw growth, but I like how sharp they were. Like you couldn't put nothing past Todd.
Neither one of
You
them.
couldn't. Excuse me.
He
I
identified
need
himself
Sharita
right
to be
away.
on the next one. Okay.
Oh yeah.
It's
Wait,
hilarious.
she said, "Nah."
Now, y'all understand what I went through during the editing process,
I'm
the final
loving it.
editing process.
Yes, I
yes.
need her on the next live because she right there. Absolutely.
She right
Pass
there.
the damn turkey. Say
Right,
damn turkey.
pass the turkey. I'm here for the drama.
Yes.
Mhm.
Somebody needs to text me after this with the name because I don't remember the name.
Oh, you don't.
What?
Of Earl's ex.
You don't remember it?
What's the first letter?
Yes.
SS.
Oh my God.
I got nothing.
That's okay.
I'm about to text you. I'm about to
You got to
text
do
you.
that.
Y'all pray for me. Yes.
That
While you pray for me, text me.
she deserved that name, and Saisha was, she was wrong for doing that, but it was hilarious. And I think that was good. Say it again.
To piggyback off of Daz talking about the growth of the two young boys.
Oh yes.
I agree.
She just getting it.
When he was able to finally express how he felt
Right.
about his pops,
You got it.
that
That
had
was it. Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
I felt that too.
tears. I was like, but no, it showed that he's emotionally intelligent enough to say, "Mom, this how I'm feeling."
Right.
But this, I'm gonna show you.
And he's maturing. He's growing up. Yeah.
Todd showed out to me. They showed out.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But then Todd, I can't tell that part. I'll tell you another funny part where Todd found out what happened to his sister, and he was he was bounded about his little sister. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
He's so-
Yeah.
But
Well,
what one thing that I love about this friend group is the vulnerability that they have with one another.
Mhm.
Like I understand, everybody has their drama, their not even doesn't even have to be drama. Everybody has their own life and the
Right.
things that they're going through. But the fact that they're able to always come together and be able to lay their burdens down with one another and know that it's a safe space to do so, and that the person is going to be there for you, support you. However, even if it's just listening to you,
Right.
they're going to be there and support you. And and if you crazy, they're gonna crack a joke at you, but knowing that it's all in love, because at the end of the day, they got your back. And that's one thing that I love about it. And I still remember, like to this day, when I went with you to one of your book conversations, and one of the ladies was talking about not having friends like that, or wishing she had friends like that. And I'm like, it's a sad state to be grown and never have experienced having girlfriends like this.
Right.
Because everybody, males need that, even though dudes don't talk like that. I mean, we ain't ask all them questions. You still need that person that you can go to outside of your significant other to just let that stuff off.
Right.
And I love that with these ladies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you think that the bond is stronger in this book, or is it clearer? Because we look at the first book as kind of like an introduction, but I felt that I had a good time going deeper with
Yeah.
the
The
character.
bond was more well defined.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like you said, the first book was the introduction. These are friends, these are girls, and this is what they do. This one is like, okay, this is why, and you can see each person's role in the friendship. I think was fleshed out a little bit more. So that was really nice to see. Like you saw why Euniqé is that person, and why Saisha is the person she is, and why Kandace is still growing. Kandace, really showed through in this book. Like I believe the first book was Saisha. I think the second book is Kandace.
I would say I would agree.
Yeah.
I would agree. This is Kandace, even though she doesn't end the book, her story is the strongest of the three. And I was just so happy to be able to write her in that way. Sharita said, can I just say, I'm loving y'all's discussion. Comments are on point. Y'all know the story and the characters like they are family.
They are.
Because they are. They are.
Yeah. Well, I will correct somebody's pronunciation of Saisha in a minute.
I did as well at work. They looked at me like I was thoroughly offended.
Right.
I was like, Euniqé.
I read it. I said Saisha. I told her Saisha. Rhoda's like Saisha. I was
Right.
like, Saisha.
She said, no,
I corrected my sister at the Friendship Matters experience. I corrected her. I was like, ma'am. No,
right.
That's not how you say it.
Yeah. Well, who do you think grew the most in this book? And it's a short period of time because the story really continues months after it left off in Friendship Matters.
I go with Kandace. I got to go with Kandace.
Everybody says Kandace.
I think she became a better mother. Like, when she first broke up, she was focused on going out and doing this and that and the third. But in this second book, she saw that her kids needed more. I'm trying not to give away stuff, right? She saw that her kids were hurting and that they needed something else. And she made sure she made the time to spend with them. Other things on the back burner. Saying, got to be my focus right now. I can't be worried about that. And it was nice to see that because a lot of women don't do that, So this with Kandace in this book can probably make me as a guy. There was a guide to other women who are going through the same things, who's thinking, you know what, I got to take care of me. I got to do this. I got to do that. Well, you got these two little bodies here that you got to take care of too. You got to make sure they're okay.
Right.
Agreed.
Did that, and she continued to state that, remind herself.
Yes,
she needed to do that.
Yep.
And what did Sharita say? Agreed, Dana. Everyone needs a safe group of friends that will have your back and call you on your bullshit. Like, girl, okay, I am on your side, but you're wrong. And that's
absolutely.
And you got to be open to receiving that.
Absolutely.
Honestly, for me,
if you want to go,
I don't even consider someone a friend unless they can call me on my stuff at this point. You know what I mean? Because especially when, those of us when we have strong personalities, a lot of people just kind of become yes men or just kind of let you waddle in your whatever. But for me, if you can't call me on my stuff and I know it comes from a good place and an authentic place, I mean, I feel like you don't have a backbone. We can't be friends if you can't tell me about me.
Right.
Well, that's one thing I admired about the ladies in the first book. They called Saisha on her stuff.
They did.
They did. I've seen these men that already have other people. You need to find a man on your own or go back to your man.
Right. And thus your past shows up, but that's something they got to experience themselves. But there's a part in the book where the rolling around on the ground, if y'all remember that. That's
the funniest scene to me. That's my funniest scene.
I forgot about that.
That's a funny one.
Traumatized.
But key in that is that Saisha made a statement to say, Euniqé has been putting up with my shenanigans for a very long time. because that was a college incident. They in mid to late 30s now, and you still got to, because Saisha she's the sassy one, and she's gonna do things the way she sees fit. She hears you, and I love that they love her despite the fact that she's not willing to take the advice that they deem as wise advice, and they still support her no matter what. Because Sharita said, "Well, we know it ain't Saisha. She ain't learned a damn thing."
Oh my God.
She is struggling with growing. I will say that I see a lot more. I mean, not that she wasn't this way before, but I think I see a lot more of her immaturity in this book than the last one, even, because this book she has more responsibilities. You know what I mean? But I still see the immaturity in her, even more in this one than I did in the last one. Haas is about to bust. Go ahead, Haas.
You saying responsibility because she's married?
Yeah, I see. Did I say that right? I see her as more immature. I expected her to mature more. You know what I mean? As she navigates her marriage, but I don't see the maturity.
I don't understand any more responsibility she has. I mean, she got a man that her man now. She ain't got to share with nobody else. And she
that's what I meant. Is her marriage is, you know what I mean, that being.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. That once you marry, once you get married, that is more responsibility.
That's what I meant.
Different when all you focused on is just yourself. You now are thinking about your significant other and what their needs are, and so your thoughts. Now, men may not feel this way, but from a female's perspective, that is what happens. And
marriage is a full-time job.
It is a full-time job.
Full-time. No
I
days
do more
off.
now married than I did when I was. I'm responsible for more and have more duties and things now married. And I'm not saying nothing bad about my husband. I'm just saying because there's more involved. There's more involved.
Lives, you know.
Yeah. But men see it different. That's another live. Okay. But so now, as we wrap this up, because we're going on an hour, and this discussion has been great. And I'm sorry for those of you who did not. The link didn't show up for you. Like I said, this was my first time doing it, streaming live via Facebook. But it will be available on the, YouTube channel. And I think Facebook will make it available as well. But I just want to kind of bring it to a close and just say that, first of all, for those of you on this call with me, I just thank you so much for your time to take the time to read the book, the fact that you love these characters, that you love the story, and that you support what I'm doing. I just love you all for it, and I appreciate you. Shay, Midnight, Sharita, all of your support throughout this whole process. I truly appreciate it, because Shay and Midnight also read the book as well. So technically everybody on here actually read the book, so that to me makes it just full circle for me. I just don't know how I would do it without you guys. So I do truly appreciate all that you all have done for that. And I just want to say that from a perspective of writing, I don't know that I came into it desiring to be an author, but I'll say today I love being one. I enjoy it. I enjoy it. This is what I will retire doing, because I really love being able to just create stories that resonate with readers, and that I think it's more, even though it's fiction, it feels nonfiction, and that's what I love about it as well, because it's so relatable. So I believe in some cases it's helping people, and I just hope that it continues to do so.
Yeah, we're gonna speak into existence them multi-million-dollar book deals so you can retire. So all you got to do is sit and write, honey.
Yeah. Then y'all be having me write 4 books a day.
Absolutely. If you're gonna be leaving us with cliffhangers like you did this one.
Oh, I love it. I done got excited with a cliffhanger. I actually enjoyed that. So now, as we come to a close, I just want to get your thoughts on tell me why you think readers should, one, grab the first book first, if you believe so, and read the second book. What would you say the reasons why they need to get their hands on this book? And we'll go around. I know you weren't prepared for the question, so whoever got an answer, go first.
I will say the same thing that I said before because it still resonates about the first book, is that this series of books can be read several different ways. It can be read as a love story. It can be read as a story of friends. It can be read as a manual for friendships, and so I think people should get the book because no matter which way you look at it, no matter which way or perspective that you read it, you're going to enjoy it. There's no way you cannot enjoy this book, no matter what color, no matter what age, no matter what decade you were born. It's just that book.
It is timeless, relatable. It has no color to friendship has no color. So I think in that manner that anyone can pick it up and just really enjoy it. Anybody else?
I think that people should get the first book first. Get to know the ladies and see the progress so they can see the growth in the second book. And I believe that people should get both the first and the second because it's funny what Rita said and what Dana said, the woman said during one of your book conversations, where she said she never had a friendship like this. And maybe she's not the only person. There's a lot of people out there that maybe are in friendships and are experiencing things and don't know how to navigate. And I think, hate to say use it as a guide. That's not what I'm really trying to say, but this gives them examples of the way friendship should work, true friendship. Because so many, especially our younger folks and the other generations, their friendships are fleeting. They're making friendships online. They're dating online. Everything they're doing, they're not really getting to know people. You don't really test people's mettle online. But when you're going through things, when you're going through life, when life is lifing and happening, and you have someone that can stand by you and support you and help you go through and not ask, what can you do for me? Those are true friendships. Those are true relationships. And it's funny. I never really thought of people not having that because I've had it for so long.
Right. You don't realize it.
You don't realize that people really aren't having those types of relationships with their quote unquote girlfriends or their best friends.
Yeah.
They have more surface stuff. Let's go out, let's go hang out, let's go party, let's go drink. That's it. No depth. And I think that these books serve as a way to show you, hey, these friendships are existing. They can happen for you. And if you have one, you're very lucky.
Yeah, because it's all about putting yourself in the right circles. Like you got to know, I believe in surrounding myself with good people.
Yeah.
And that's important to me, and it's important to those that I interact with. And so that matters.
And birds of two flock together. That's one of the truest statements people have ever said.
Yeah, true. Anybody else?
Go ahead, Hodge. You was about to say something? Oh no, I was just. It's been said, but I definitely think the first book is worth getting if you have not purchased it. Definitely, because you get to know who these characters are. Of course, you will get where we're coming from and why we feel so strongly about them. And they both, Friendship Matters and The Matters of Friendship, is taking you on a journey. It's telling you why friendship matters, and you get into the matters of those friendships. And we all know that everything isn't, like Des said, isn't about going out, partying, drinking, all of that stuff. Yeah, you can do that and there's nothing wrong with it. But when, as she said, when life is life and you want to have people that's solid on your side, standing beside you, holding you up when you are about to lose it. And one of the things that I also liked about both books, is how God is intertwined up in it.
Yeah.
The simple fact is that these women know that their friendship is important, but their foundation is their faith in God. And that also helps carry them through because they encourage each other. Like I love with this book, The Matters of Friendship, how, the meetings at church, the silent things when the pastor is talking and then someone grabs the other person's hand because they know what that person is going through. Just that encouragement, sis, I got you. I'm right here with you. If you have never had that, then like you have to look at yourself, like what's going on that I have never experienced this type of friendship in my life, and start seeking the answers for that so that you can experience it, because it's a blessing to have people by your side that's a ride or die. Regardless, they're gonna love you when you right and when you wrong, but they're gonna let you know when you wrong.
That's well
They're a
said,
page
girl.
turner. AA.
I
Then let
agree.
the husband close out the show.
And before you speak, Haas, Sharita put on there, I would tell a reader, definitely start from the beginning to get the foundation. The second book just enhances what you already know about the characters.
Absolutely.
So yeah, they go together. The books go together. You want to experience these. She also put, you want to experience these two books together so you can see how their choices change them, their triumphs and challenges. I agree with that. Because those choices, that it just changed things. I ain't putting on there what Shay said. She gave a whole bunch of curse words like they're not in the book. But Shay, you right, girl, you right.
You have to tell us offline.
Right, we can't hear you, Haas.
Have a totally different spin.
Oh,
totally different.
Of course.
The same thing about the book, about the second book, I love about the first one. No backbiting, none of that. Real Housewives of whoever, none of that stuff. Great. And but I will say this. I think if people bought the second book first, that will make them want to go read the first one. I'm gonna give you a good example. X-Men, all those movies came out. The first Star Wars came out. That was episode 4. Not episode 1, 2, or 3. That was episode 4. So we caught that in the middle of their story, and we all, I don't know if y'all sci-fi, but we all got hooked. Even X-Men and the Avengers, they did the same thing. We caught them in the middle of their story, not at the beginning. We didn't find out how, Mystique got to become Mystique until like the third movie. And so people want the newest hotness. So they read this book first, they're like, oh, well, hold on, let me go get that first one. Because I lived it personally with Kimberly Dawson Roby's books.
Lawson Roby.
I read the middle of one of her series. I was like, hold up. I finished that.
I swear he done read every one of her books. Again, I don't know if she follows any of what I have. We're friends on social media, but she should know that my husband loves her books.
I put it in the middle, and I said, hold on, let me get to the beginning of this. So if somebody catch the second book first, I guarantee it's going to make them want to read the first one.
That's a good
yeah.
point.
Yep.
Yeah, because there's things that's mentioned in the second book. They didn't happen. They happened in the first book, like the slap. I would say Thanksgiving is the scene in this book that will always be remembered and talked about the most. The slap in the first book.
Yes.
The scene that will always in the driveway. I think it may be.
It's like you predicted the slap that changed the world.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Two slaps seen and heard around the world.
Yeah. And so
what you say, Hans?
Lamont stuck out to me. I'm gonna tell you why. I jokingly said I don't like him. He stood out. Because we got to see more of him as he's a big brother. He's a loving son. He's this.
Yeah.
His family. Yeah.
So that was dope. Earl, real quick. Earl, more time with his daughter, handling that. And I love how Euniqé held him down because I was nervous. I was about to put the book down and be done with it. But
yeah, she did.
I can't handle it. Can't take bad.
Can't take bad. I get it. So yeah, so this, listen, if you haven't ordered your copy, make sure you go out. It's available on my website, ronadwrites.com. It's available on Amazon under the Friendship Matters series. It has won 2 awards, actually. The Bruce Seal Yeah, it has. I haven't even gotten to the point where I've just announced any of it yet. I think I put it in the newsletter. And a finalist, Brew Excellence, the Chrysalis Brew Excellence Brew Projects finalist. So I'm very proud of that. It is definitely a book that you're going to want to get your hands on. The team has shared their thoughts. You've heard from Shay, you've heard from Sharita, and she had one last thing because see they're delayed. So what she said, yes, Dana, that's exactly that scene in church really showed how supportive their friendship is. Absolutely. And it was an emotional moments in church, and they did not miss a Sunday.
Didn't miss it. No.
Sunday.
The pinch.
Huh?
The pinch though. The pinch.
Oh, the pinch. Listen, everybody, I felt that pinch. Listen here.
The pinch. The way.
That pinch took me back to Antioch Baptist Church in Buffalo, New York, my hometown. And did I not mention that it is still set in my hometown of Buffalo, New York? And I actually threw out some more things that were true to the city and some things I just created for myself because I just enjoy that part. So grab your copy, follow me at Rona D. Writes. Those that were able to tune in, thank you so much for joining us. We hope you enjoyed it. And listen, we look forward to, look at him.
That's right. Get it up there.
Little to your left, Haas. Little to your left. There you go.
There you go. There you go. There it is.
Bam.
All right.
All that. Quant, Hanukkah, whatever you do. Let's get it.
Proud of you, Rona.
Thank you. Thank you. I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for joining.
Love you too.
Good night.
Hey.
Bye.